Hello again. Cheers. It's Welsh. In fact, it's from Aberystwyth, the Harbour Master Hotel. Sort of plastic glasses they give away in the summer. One or two things haven't changed since 1997 from the Maverick Diaries, and that is still a bit poor. However, we're very fortunate and we've got lovely friends who allow us to stay at their cottage in Wales, and we've got some more lovely friends who allow us to stay in their caravan in Wales, and they don't charge us. So we've got some lovely friends and we spend our summers in Wales, which is as it was when I was a small boy in Birmingham. Of course, most people in Birmingham went to Wales in the summer. It was the nearest bit of sea we could find. And jolly lovely it is too. Cheers. So, welcome once more to chapter 11 of the Maverick Diaries, How to Make a Crisis Out of a Drama. I won't in this instalment tell you why I'm doing this now because I've said it a few times before. But thank you so much again for the kind comments, literally from all over the world. And the first episode has had over 100 views, which is remarkable considering it's me, an unknown me, from a very small unknown theatre company, talking about sort of unknown events, although we do get on to Princess Diana later. And we've got over 20 followers now, which is brilliant because we had 2 a couple of weeks ago. So thank you very much. And you can subscribe, so Joan keeps telling me to remind you. We might have 23 by the time you read this or see this. So, hey, technology. So we return now to the Maverick Diaries, How to Make a Crisis Out of a Drama. 1st of June, 1997. I think John Slater has had too much fresh air, Scottish air. I'm worried he's in danger of becoming a hippie. He's my rock, really, and our production manager, but I feel he could at any day, I think, join the road-building protesters and chain himself to a tree. He's so laid back and chilled out at the moment, I'm thinking of hiring him out as a human freezer box for local barbecues. He's been roaming in the gloaming and the sunshine and anything else the Highlands can throw at him with Lisa, our youth workshop tutor for this year. He's relaxed. I'm concerned. Relaxed is not a state of mind we've often experienced here at Maverick Towers. Rebecca, my girlfriend, and I have 87 pence between us. We decide it might be a good idea to stop in for a romantic evening. Nice idea, but she falls asleep and I drag the old computer out. Repeat of my girlfriend's 6 a.m. moan about my bedtime. 2nd of June, 1997. Hooray! The second instalment of the Guinness Award money has arrived, and not a penny too soon. Slater casually informs me that the management company at his flat in Aston have threatened to take away his grass communal area or something unless he pays them some money soon. He does this with a faraway and, yes, relaxed look. They've threatened to padlock his dustbin and other dastardly sanctions. I wonder if there's a way in which we can justify this bill as a production expense for A Ghost of a Chance, but I decide we can't. The play is set in a kitchen, and there is no grass or management of communal recreation facilities, and try as I might, I can't think of how I could incorporate such a scene. And talking of money, have you ever noticed how banks always take 3 working days to clear a deposited cheque, even if it's from someone as solid as a government department, in this case the Arts Council? And yet they'll take bank charges instantly from an account, even if it's overdrawn. I once caused a stink at a bank in King's Heath because I'd expressed a cheque from a major international company. Excuse me. It was for around £8,000 and I'd deposited quite a few cheques of a similar amount in the same bank. On a Monday, I paid £10 to express the cheque because I knew this was going to be a short week. On Thursday, I went to the bank to withdraw £100 and they told me the cheque hadn't cleared. I politely pointed out that I'd expressed it, which meant I could draw on it and had done in the past. The bank zombie told me that, yes, they knew the cheque was okay and would be honoured, but the money hadn't actually arrived in my account yet. Huh? It never took this long in the past. What were they using? Carrier pigeon? So why have I paid a tenner? I asked, slightly less politely. Oh, that, sir, she replied through her corporate smile, was so that we could phone your issuing bank and confirm the cheque wouldn't bounce. Now, If I told you the name of the company that I'd done the work for, you'd know how ridiculous that would be. I mean, a cheque from Izzy Bent Motors of Borsall Heath might be one thing, but if cheques from multi-billion-pound international companies start bouncing, people would read about it in the papers. This cheque was from one of those companies. So I say, with a large intake of breath, I paid a tenner to express this payment, so just for the bank's peace of mind. Her smile's still there. Well, if you put it like that, yes, she says. Okay, now, fair enough. I'm not one to make a fuss about anything, really. I mean, I hate scenes or conflict with people. I die of embarrassment. But there comes a time in every boy's life when he needs to make a stand. I smiled back at Miss Corporate Banker behind her glass. Bear in mind, this was around 1992, before the economy went into its usual 10-year recession. This particular bank, I'd love you to tell which it was, but I think there might be some kind of law against it, had been bombarding me with junk email for platinum cards, extra loans, money. As a sole trader, I'd been turning over about £100,000 a year, and they had most of my business. Now, they wouldn't give me a lousy £100 because it would take me a tenner over my hugely inflated overdraft limit. The tenner, ironically, that I'd paid them to express this cheque. Even though the bank knew there would be 8 big uns arriving tomorrow, providing no one shot the carrier pigeon, presumably. So I smiled at Miss Corporate Banker, and I vowed solemnly to myself that although it was not directly her fault, I would never, ever leave this bank until I had £100 in cash in me hand. I didn't blame Miss CB, she was just following the rules, and I told her that. But 20 minutes later, I got a round of applause from the other customers in the bank, who had immensely enjoyed the cabaret. Miss CB had taken an early coffee break, and I walked out of the bank with £100 cash. One of life's little triumphs. You have to remember the good stuff. God, writing the above has just made me remember I used to earn proper money. I've just rifled through some old accounts. I was banking good money in 1992. Bloody hell, what did I do with it all? I know I had to pay a lot of tax, but I didn't feel any different then, although the work did get really boring. I muse on this fact, particularly as we've gone to Bikini Red in the Bailiff Awareness Programme. Now, Bikini Red is actually a Royal Navy state of awareness. It means to be ready for immediate action. I remember the term from the days of doing discos for the boys and girls of the Royal Naval Reserve, the R&R, when it was on Broad Street in Birmingham. Ooh, those parties used to go some. The headquarters, although it was a building in the middle of the city, was considered a ship and therefore was not subject to our ridiculous licensing laws. The best disco I ever did at the R&R lasted for 3 days. It was a party to see one of the girls off to Hong Kong for 3 months. It started on a Friday night and finished with myself and aforementioned female sailor girl in an uncompromising position in my flat on a Monday afternoon. The music was going the whole time, apart from in my flat. We had other tunes to dance to then. And I got paid for it, the disco, that is. Anyway, since I started this theatre thing, it's become a sad fact of life that not everyone understands what we're trying to achieve. I've been in bits of trouble due to lack of dosh. Geez, all that money I used to bank. What a prat. I had no idea what a court summons or a county court judgment was back then. Not within my sphere of experience, Horatio. Well, I bloody do now. I doubt if I'll ever get credit again. An average wage for a Maverick worker is less than in some third world countries. Actors, come to Birmingham, give up a month of your life, and if you're lucky, you might earn £100 or maybe £50. If anyone ever says that the arts is an easy option, please punch him in the mouth for me, or particularly if they work in a bank. I can't really moan because it's been my choice to do this thing, but sometimes you don't have much of a chance in life, do you? So back to Bikini Red. I don't actually know what this particular summons is for. It could be for no car tax. Someone very kindly gave me an old Metro. It was a bit useless because the thing only rarely started, failed its MOT on every conceivable moving part, and had no tax. It was tantamount to dumping it, but I got a few months' use out of it before I finally sold it for scrap because I don't have a garage. Oh, See May entries. I'd let a friend use it, and it seems he collected lots of red tickets. I think this summons must be for that, although £350 seems a lot, doesn't it? I can't think of anything else it could be. I've been a good boy, Mummy, honest I have. I'll have to phone the bugger tomorrow. The bailiff, that is, not my mummy. Oh, P.S. A footnote to the above. Unless Henry V Lion of England does take off in the West End and I start to earn some dosh, it's not really worth coming round to the office in Highbury Road to call for tickets or anything. There is a special door knock known only to friends and family. I know it sounds ridiculous, but one needs to mentally prepare for visits of the legal type. I promise I'm not a bad person. I'm just a very poor one. If things do improve, you'll be the first to know. But don't tell any bailiffs.